obviously made a pretty good run there, trying to cut into that, make it a single-digit lead. What do you take away from the effort tonight?
Well, it was good to finally find a group that competed and gave ourselves a chance. I thought, there were stretches there, especially in that first half, where we didn't compete. We got our ass kicked on the glass again in the first half. They rebounded us 25-11 in the first half. First half, we had 9 turnovers for 18 points. I think they had 10 threes at halftime. Second half, much better on the rebounding, Mike, much better with the turnovers. But you can't play 3 quarters in this league and expect to win. We played 3 quarters against Sacramento and lost. We played 3 quarters tonight and lost. So playing hard isn't something that should be rewarded. That should be a given. And rebounding is effort, it's fight, it's competing. And I don't know. We're 0-2, and we have a ways to go to get out of this.
Next, we'll go to Kendra Andrews.
Michael, you mentioned those 10 3-pointers that they had by halftime. Was that just them shooting the lights out, or was it something that you guys were missing?
I'm sure when you make that many, and they had 19 for the game, you're not going to beat anybody. The funny thing on that, I don't know what the Laker-Dallas game was, but I looked at the 3 box scores from the early games today. Miami beating New Orleans, Milwaukee beating Golden State, and Brooklyn beating Boston. And the thing that jumped off the page in all 3 of those games was the 3-point shooting. And the teams that won those games, and rather easily, I might add, were the team that dominated the 3-point line. And that was the same thing tonight. They were 19 of 38 for 50%. We were 11 of 36 for 31%. But I think it was off offensive rebounds. It was off driving kicks. It was off of broken assignments, not doing your job, over helping, all that and everything above.
Next, we'll go to Harrison Wind.
Hey, Michael, they obviously added Serge Ibaka this offseason. You guys didn't go against him in the playoffs last year. When he was getting going in the pick and pop and Paul George was finding him a lot, it just seemed like he made a big factor tonight. How does he kind of change just the dynamic of what they're doing?
No shooting. Yeah, I mean, he was 6 of 9 tonight, 2 of 2 from the 3-point line. So he's just another guy that you have to account for in the 3-point line. And when you have Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, and on that note, I hope Kawhi Leonard is healthy and safe and is not too badly injured. I didn't see the replay of what happened, but hope Kawhi is all right. Class act. But yeah, Serge is a good player, man. He's helped a lot of teams win at a high level. And as you mentioned, we had some poor rotations on his pick and pop, and he made a couple of big baskets as we were trying to cut into that lead. So. Very good acquisition for an already stacked team.
I will go to Katie Wingy next.
Coach, forgive me if you've already been asked about this, but when you're animated and you're up and moving and defending with your guys on the sideline, you did that a little bit in the second half when it felt like you had an energy boost. What does that do for your guys and your team when you're out there basically defending from the sidelines?
I'm not sure. I mean, I think that I'd love to hear the players answer that. I'm just trying to do anything I can as a coach to get our guys going. As you mentioned, we were really flat at times. We had some guys that looked like they were barely breaking a sweat, just kind of playing, but not playing hard, competing. And it was nice to finally find a group that, and I would put Isaiah Hartenstein in that group. But I thought Will, PJ, Monte, Jamal, Nikola, and Isaiah, that group in that fourth quarter was fun to watch, man. Playing, teams, our fans, when I first got here, Katie, I heard so many fans come up to me 6 years ago and say they didn't care if we won or lost. They were just so happy to see a team finally play hard. That shouldn't be something that we have to wait and see, are we going to play hard tonight? That should be a given. So that was the most disappointing thing tonight, aside from the rebounding disadvantage at halftime, the turnovers, the 3-point defenses that, we took us 3 quarters to kind of get into the game and make a stand. And that should never be the case. I don't think we'll ever be on Christmas game again because there's 2 years in a row where we were not ready to play on Christmas night. So Bah humbug.
All right, Coach, we got time for one more. We'll go to Mike
Thank
Singer.
goodness.
Hey, Michael, you brought back the core, obviously 7 new guys, but the majority of the core from last year. Is it surprising that there's still a competitive question at this point?
I don't know. I don't. Nothing surprises me. Nothing ever surprises me. You know, yes, we brought back a core group of guys, but you know, Will Barton hasn't played since March. You know, Michael Porter's in his second year. It's a different team. It's not the same team as last year, and you know, that's where I'm not going to compare our team to last year a lot. This is a new season, a new team, and new challenges. So the bottom line is, I guess my job as a coach is to find a group that is going to compete and give ourselves a chance. And, you know, we're 0-2. So hopefully we'll find a way against Houston to come out from the get-go and sustain it. Now, that was my big message to our group is you can't win in this league playing 3 quarters. As I mentioned earlier, I mean, the third quarter against Sacramento was a joke. Tonight, the second quarter was a joke. They got whatever they wanted. So, you know, that's just that's not going to get the job done. So we'll watch the film, we'll look at it, and hopefully we'll be better off and we can try to get our first win of the season in our next game. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.